Stunning new surveillance video from a gas station shooting yesterday in Post Falls. 2 people were injured. Police say you can clearly see the suspect carrying a rifle through the parking lot, then taking aim and opening fire at random. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here for KREM 2 News at 11. I'm Whitney Ward. Mark is off tonight. That suspect appeared in court before a judge today. The 32-year-old is now facing 12 felony charges. Tonight, though, we are learning more about that violent attack from a woman who witnessed it all and survived. She spoke exclusively with KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk.
It hits me every now and then, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I could have died yesterday.
Tara Fix knows she's lucky to be alive. She and her husband went to fill up their car yesterday in Post Falls and found themselves in the middle of a shooting.
It didn't really sink in until we were inside the store and I saw the guy's wound.
Tara says she heard a loud pop, then noticed her tire was deflating. She soon realized it was much more serious.
And the guy in the truck next to me got out and was like, what the heck? You shot me. And I was like, oh my gosh, that guy has a gun.
Dramatic surveillance video shows the suspect, Tyson Sturkle, hide behind a power box and take aim at random cars and people.
He was looking at me laughing, like after the first pop.
Looking at you laughing?
Yeah, right after he shot at my car, he was laughing at me.
One of the bullets hit Jake Shepard, a father of 2 young children, in the neck. We spoke to his wife this afternoon.
Gosh, I'm not sure if Jake's will be back at work at all anytime soon. We just want to thank everyone for their generosity and the outpouring of love and messages and all the food and all the things that people have sent our way.
Kokopelli Coffee held a fundraiser for him this morning and raised $1,600 in the first 6 hours. A GoFundMe account has raised more than $5,500. Sturkle, facing 12 charges, appeared before a judge this afternoon. According to police, he admitted to shooting people, but didn't know if he hit anyone. He told officers he thought he was being followed. Court documents say Sturkle also told police he did not know why he shot at people and thought something inside of him snapped. Another man was shot in the leg. Tara says the store's owner jumped into action to make sure everyone was safe.
The store owner comes running out and he had a gun and was like, he didn't know where the shooter was or if he was still there, but he just put himself in the line of fire and wanted to make sure that all of us got to safety.
A judge set Sturkle's bond at $2 million. The county prosecutor says he chose to act in this way and caused a lot of harm and fear throughout the community. Reporting in Post Falls tonight, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
And in other top stories tonight, a body was found just north of Northern Quest Resort and Casino in Airway Heights today. According to police, a call came in around 10 this morning about a body discovered near North Hayford and West Balmer roads. Police have not released any additional details, including whether it was a man or woman, how they may have gotten there, or how that person died. We will certainly update you once we do have that information. We do know tonight, though, major crimes detectives have now taken over that investigation. And one man is in custody tonight after another shooting in Spokane Valley. KREM 2's Ian Smay reports tonight from the crime scene.
There are still some officers and detectives on scene here at the corner of North Barker Road and East Boone Avenue. They've been here since about 1:30 this afternoon. That's when police first received reports that a man had shot another man at a home here on the corner of Barker and Boone. According to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, an adult man admitted to deputies on scene that he had fired the handgun involved in the shooting. The victim was taken to a local hospital with potentially life-threatening injuries. The Sheriff's Office said that detectives have received conflicting information so far and that they are continuing to investigate what led up to the shooting. I did see police talking to a man in the back of a patrol car earlier today, but it is not confirmed if he is the suspect that was detained. East Boone is closed right off of North Barker Road, and police are asking people to avoid the area. Reporting in Spokane Valley, Ian Smay, KREM 2 News.
We'll talk about a close call. An Idaho State Police trooper had to be taken to the hospital after narrowly being hit by a truck, or almost being hit by that truck. It all happened on I-84 in Meridian yesterday, which is just outside of Boise. That trooper was just trying to help a driver with a flat tire. ISP says one car had started to slow down before passing the trooper's car. That's when it was then hit by another vehicle, causing that chain reaction crash. Amazingly, the trooper only had to be treated for minor injuries. New tonight, 6 people are now being hospitalized after a crash in Renton, including a bus, a truck driver, or rather a dump truck, and 4 other vehicles. So take a look. Authorities said the dump truck hit the bus first and then caused a chain reaction. Thankfully, the only person on the bus was the driver. Otherwise, authorities say a lot more people could have been seriously hurt. Of the 6 people who were injured, we only know of 1 tonight who is still in serious condition. All right, let's talk weather now. It was noticeably chillier today, at least compared to yesterday. Snow could be moving into the area here over the next few days. We want to turn to meteorologist Michelle Boss about when and how much. Michelle?
Yeah, Mother Nature's going to ease us into it. We're just starting to see that cool down. Temperatures now in the 30s, much colder than we've been over the past week. 36 degrees in Spokane, so we're still above freezing, but likely heading down towards the freezing mark for tomorrow morning. So if you're headed out tomorrow morning, just brace yourself for that. But it is below freezing right now in Deer Park. Temperatures in the 30s across North Idaho. Still some low 40s from Wenatchee into Moses Lake. Warmest spot Lewiston, 44 degrees. No precipitation today. We had plenty of cloud cover. That's going to be a similar story tomorrow. So mostly cloudy day for tomorrow, but not expecting any rain or snow, at least for the next 24 hours or so. So mostly cloudy skies throughout the night tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. Temperatures starting off around freezing, warming up to 40 degrees. Little bit of snow, less than ½ inch possible for your Saturday morning with a high of 40, and then a quiet day for Sunday, keeping an eye on a potential bigger storm for your Monday morning.
All right, Michelle, thank you very much. The COVID-19 variant Omicron has now made its way to the U.S. and appears to be spreading quickly already in at least 4 states. Today, President Biden revealed his strategy to help protect Americans from the variant this winter. Deborah Alfarone reports tonight from the White House.
New York officials announced late Thursday 5 cases of the Omicron variant have been detected. 4 New York City residents and 1 person from Long Island.
No cause for alarm.
It was only hours earlier that New York's governor announced health officials were expecting cases to emerge. A vaccinated Minnesota man who tested positive for the variant had recently attended a convention in New York City that drew about 50,000 people.
We have to assume that means there's community spread. We have to assume that means we're going to see a lot more cases.
Colorado officials also announced 1 case, a vaccinated woman who had recently returned from Africa.
She is experiencing mild symptoms and is isolating at home.
New research finds Omicron is about 2.5 times more likely to reinfect someone than the original strain of COVID. Federal health officials predict a surge of cases and deaths this winter. The Biden administration announced today that starting Monday, all international travelers, including Americans and those who are fully vaccinated, will be required to get a COVID test 1 day before coming to the U.S. instead of within 3 days. The president is also extending mask mandates on public transportation, requiring private health insurers to cover the costs of at-home COVID tests, and urging vaccinated Americans to get a booster shot.
If you want to know exactly where to go, text your zip code to 438829 to find where you can get your booster shot now.
The president says he does not believe shutdowns or lockdowns are necessary right now, but the White House says nothing is off the table when it comes to more travel restrictions, including vaccine and testing mandates for domestic flights. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
But the one thing we know about Omicron, and this is a certainty, it makes sense to get vaccinated today.
So while the Omicron variant has not made its way to Washington or Idaho yet, Washington Governor Jay Inslee talked today for the first time since it was identified, and he says the best protection against it remains the vaccine. And since it was detected last week by South African scientists, Omicron has now made its way to at least 25 countries around the globe, including now the U.S. And while no cases, as we said, have been reported in Washington or Idaho, at least 4 other states have found it: Colorado, Minnesota, California, and now New York. In fact, there are at least 5 cases just in New York City. Most of those, though, who have tested positive are reporting just mild symptoms. So as the Omicron variant has emerged, the Washington statewide digital vaccine verification tool has also officially launched, and you can find that at waverify.doh.wa.gov. It's kind of a long website, so take a look. It's there at the bottom of your screen. If you are vaccinated against COVID-19, that website is going to ask you for some information before then sending you a QR code that you can then keep and take a picture of and keep on your phone, so you'll be able to present it at restaurants, arenas, or other places that require it to prove that you are vaccinated. You can also save that code to multiple different health apps. Some have questioned, though, if you get tested positive for COVID now, will you get notified if you have the Omicron variant? The answer is no, because when you get tested, you're basically using a molecular test to find a COVID-19 infection. From there, though, which variant you have can only be confirmed through a process called genomic sequencing. So if you do end up getting sick with COVID from here on out, you will likely never know which variant you have. And there is still a lot we don't know about Omicron yet, but for links to all that we do know, just text the word COVID to 509-448-2000. All right, coming up here after the break, new progress in the quest to avoid a government shutdown. For how long, though? We're back in just 90 seconds.